Hi guys, welcome back to the Fox Den. I've been gone for a while and I just have not been motivated to do any content work like at all. Everything has taken a 180. It's hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. It's hard. After everything that's happened with the George Floyd case, not even the George Floyd case, the George Floyd murder, I have not been okay. I haven't. I'm going to do my Treat Yourself Thursday today to talk about some coping mechanisms that we can do. I know I touched base on it with my coping mechanisms video when I went painting with Monet. But this is more of coping mechanisms in regards to traumatic experiences. Some of you guys have never seen my hair before. I just didn't feel like putting on my wig or anything, and it's hot. So before we get started, of course, like, comment, subscribe. I don't even care about that, honestly. Before we go on though, if you have a twisty or string or anything, I want you to take it and I want you to wrap it around your wrist. Then I want you to do it again. Make it nice and tight. It's gonna feel really uncomfortable and you have to deal with it. It'll all make sense at the end, but try to really push through. That's all you have to do, try to push through. Video is going to be about 9 minutes long, which is as much time as George Floyd couldn't breathe. Yeah, this isn't in any specific order, and I really hope some of these things really help you as well. The first thing is cry it out. Feel those emotions. I can't express this enough. Your feelings are valid. It's grieving. And usually there's about 5 stages of grief. There's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. The first one, denial, I mean, there's nothing to deny. It's pretty blatant and obvious what's happening here. Systematic racism, the abuse of power. There's no denying that. So for me, I went straight to anger and I was pissed. And I've been pissed. My anger led to bargaining, trying to reason, what can I do, doing everything I can. And then it just led to depression. I'm in a depression stage. Figure out where you are in these stages of grief and just know you're not alone. These are real feelings. I can't express this enough. You are not alone. Because there's times where I just felt like, I was the only one. I'm watching everyone stand up and be angry and, have so much hope. And I felt like I was the only one who was just depressed. Yeah. Cry it out. Ooh, Lord, okay. Don't adjust it either, like I just did. Let it be. This is what you have to deal with, right? Woo. Second thing I want to go over, get off social media. If you really need to, get off. I actually went into my settings and I'm only allowed to be on social media for up to an hour each day on the app because it gives me too much anxiety. I understand there's a lot of people standing up and using their privilege and using their voice, but it's just overwhelming. I'm just triggered by a lot of people, by their newfound wokeness, without addressing their past mistakes that affected me. Where were you when these issues were here before and I was affected and upset about it and I was told to get over it? And I'm trying to find every way to not lash out or hold that against people, but it's very hard. There's people that I see who are just giving 150% and thank you so much, but it's giving me anxiety and it's making me think it's fake love. And I just can't see that. So unfollow, unfriend, block, mute, do what you need to do, and that is what I've been doing. No hard feelings to those who I have unfollowed or unfriended or anything. It's just I cannot cope and I just need to do what's best for me first before concerning about your feelings. Next thing, okay, uncomfortable conversations. Yes, please have the, goodness, this is really tight. Fortunately for me, I grew up in a very loving household. My family has so many races in it and it's beautiful, and I've never had to have an uncomfortable conversation about race before with my family. Have those uncomfortable conversations. Now it's like this new anger inside of me that's been stagnant for a while has come to light, and having this conversation with my family is very uncomfortable. Not even talking about, what's going on in the world and how angry we all are, but just like the uncomfortable conversation that I'm depressed from this. My family, we all agree that everything in the world right now is horrible. We all agree on that. We are all pissed off. They have the same anger and grief that I have right now. However, one of the most uncomfortable conversations I've had is explaining how depressed I am from this and like the steps of needing therapy. Have those uncomfortable conversations. If you're in a different type of household, I don't know what it's like for you, but it needs to be addressed and it needs to be had. Next one, talk to those who understand other people who are like you. If you can't create a safe environment, go to where the safe environment is. If you feel like you don't have any family to do that to, reach out to some of your friends. Talk to them because they understand you. I know there's like a post going on that says, I understand, I will never understand. You won't understand, you'll never understand. So I'm sorry if me shutting down or me not expressing thoroughly to some of you may come off offensive, but I just need to talk to people who are in my position who understand. Next one, don't reply. And if you do reply, don't sugarcoat. There's been people who've reached out to me and I literally don't have the strength to reply. So weird, but I give myself business hours to communicate this because otherwise I'm just going to literally cry and drive myself insane. So I give myself time to reply to certain text messages. Talk to the same like 3 people all day. Anything outside of that, I just don't feel comfortable talking about it with you. You don't have to reply right away, but don't ignore it. Acknowledge it. And when you are ready to acknowledge and reply, don't sugarcoat. If somebody says, hey, how's it going? Don't say, oh, everything's going good. How are you? No, be straightforward. You know what? I am not well. And it's really hard. And I'm not sure what is going to come next, but I am very low. Confronting your feelings and expressing that out, it will help you. Do not sugarcoat anything at all. I just want to give like a few shout outs to like friends who've reached out to me. Reed, Lyric, Isaac, Paris, Frank, John, Adams, Connie, Cliff, Bijal, Abby, and Lindsay. I love you guys. Oh, goodness. I love you guys. I'm the type of person that when something traumatic happens, not even traumatic, my feelings, I am either seriously happy or seriously sad. And I've been seriously sad. And these people have reached out and I just appreciate it so much. And I have not sugarcoated with any of them about how I felt. And they were there for me. Whether I replied right away or took some time or anything, they just were there. So I thank you. Next one is pray. Do not underestimate the power of prayer. I know some of you might have rolled your eyes when I said that, but please take it into consideration. Pray. I'm not gonna go too deep in this, but don't underestimate the power of prayer. Watch or read something that makes you happy. I binge watched Avatar and let me tell you, I was hyped. It felt like it was released all over again. I have the DVDs, but for some reason, like it being released on Netflix made me 10 times more hyped and more happy. And just that little simple thing actually brought joy into my heart, which is something I've been missing for a while. Taking personal days and mental health days. If your job hasn't said anything, say it for them. It's been a week since it's happened and I've been working my butt off and faking a smile as if nothing happened. And everything ran as if it didn't happen. So I took the initiative and sent an email to my employers stating that I need time. I'm not okay. The fact that it wasn't acknowledged is hurtful, and I need to grieve because I'm not giving 100%. I am rapidly declining, and I need time to get myself back to where I was. Say it for them. It's uncomfortable, but do it. Hopefully in this time that I take off and the new therapy sessions I have coming up next week are really beneficial. I don't doubt it. And I'm hopeful because of it. Now you can take your band off and feel your hand come back to life. So all that needed to happen was to just take it off. Take the band off, take the knee off. And life would have still been there. I don't have much to say after this. I just wanted to spill out some tips and some mechanisms because I know a lot of you guys are feeling the same way. But I'll end on this. Be aware, be knowledgeable, but don't overwhelm yourself. One quote that my job always says is, "You are enough." And we're enough. Whether the world thinks it or not, we're enough. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm not sure when I'll be back here on the Fox Den or not, but stay safe, everyone. I love you.